Yo guys, I don't want this to be like a long drawn out video. I really want to keep it short and sweet. So yeah, at the end of this video, my son, he does something quite interesting, to say the least. I think it's just nice and informative to share these awkward moments with people, because there are parents out there, first time parents like myself, who, you know, just feel like they're failures when their kids drop F-bombs. And that's not necessarily the point. It's just that, you know, we do our best and we're all figuring out this life thing. I want to share with you guys a bit about my fitness journey and how it all started. I always wanted to be a mom. I remember growing up and saying, I want to have 8 children. Yeah. That for a very long time, my favorite film was Cheaper by the Dozen. I finally had my son. Hassan and I had our baby when we were about 25, 26. And yo, I tear up just thinking about it, because there's honestly nothing like becoming a mom. And my dream came true, and I decided that I needed to be the best mom that I could be. And in my head, that meant being perfect, being the perfect mom. I wanted to be on call for my son all the time. So much so, it started to consume me, and I ended up depressed. But I didn't know that at the time. I was just like, I need to do this. I need to do it perfectly. I need to be everything to him. I'm his person. And so I just got lost in motherhood. And, you know, I breastfed for 2.5 years, which is an absolute blessing. I wouldn't change it for anything. But I think I used it as a coping mechanism for how crappy I felt. I didn't have time for friends. I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't eating well. My whole life was being a mom, and I lost sight of my other roles, including being a wife, including being an actress, including being a writer and a storyteller. I lost a sense of who I was as a person. It really wasn't good for me or my family. We ended up unhappy, and I chose that. No one put that on me. I chose to be everything to my son. And so the consequence of that action was that I felt like a walking boob. That's what I was. I was just breastfeeding all the time. And it became a bit of an unhealthy situation where there just wasn't balance anymore. It was like, oh, stop the car, he needs nanas. That's what I called my boobs. I was like, stop the car, he needs nanas. Oh, manka manka. He used to call it manka manka. Munka munka, not milk, munka munka. And so I was like, he needs munka munka. Like, we've got to go home, he needs munka munka. Or, I can't do that now, he needs munka munka. He's sick, I need to give him munka munka. Oh, he has an eye infection, I need to squirt some munka munka in his eye. And the other thing was that I wasn't asking for help. I was very proud. I was like, I can do this mommy thing, okay? I waited my whole life. Do this mommy thing. Back up with the napkin. You know, even asking for help was extremely difficult for me. I felt such guilt when I left my son with someone. I don't know how I did it one day, but I did. I left him without nanny and ended up going to the gym. I hadn't been active during that time, and I don't even remember how I ended up at the gym that day. I think things got really, really bad, and I just kind of wanted to get my mind off of it. And I ended up going to my gym and stumbled upon a step class. If you don't know what step is, it's just basically you're doing a fitness dance routine on a step. And I remember, you know, just stumbling on the step class and seeing a group of women in this class, and they were strong and they were fit and they were having fun. And I remember thinking, what? This looks really cool. And these were women from all walks of life. they were different sizes and different ages. The oldest woman in the class is probably like 60 something, and she kept time. She knew the routine inside and out. She never stopped. She actually even wore ankle weights while she did step class. And I'm thinking, damn girl, you are gold. You are gold. I almost fell on my face a few times trying that class. One thing that step taught me was that you fail forward. You fail so many times, which I was not used to as a mom. I needed to get it right all the time. I needed to be efficient. I needed to be perfect. Failure was not an option. I couldn't get it wrong with my son. I couldn't. So this class taught me that failure was okay, that mistakes were gonna happen, that I wasn't gonna get it right all the time, not just in step, but in life. I started feeling better about myself, and that spilled over into my relationships again, and into how I was with my son, and that was sometimes failing. That was sometimes saying, I don't have the answers, I need help. And it literally changed my life in that way. I felt empowered, because before I started step class, I felt weak, I felt alone. I started going to the gym more regularly and more consistently, and I gave myself a new goal every time I went to the class. I was like, for this class, I'm gonna try to just keep 8 counts of music. That's it. And if I can do that, I would have done something for the day other than be a giant boob. What had happened was I actually started to just do step, which is just aerobics. It's just cardio. There's not much resistance there, and you do need to complement your cardio with some strength training. And what had happened in the process was that I ended up hurting myself quite a bit. And one of the injuries that kept on coming back was this hip pain. And what I knew from way before was that I had a hip condition and I wasn't taking care of it. And my physio had prescribed some exercises that I needed to do. And it was glute exercises to help kind of secure my hip bone to my socket, because they didn't fit well. They still don't fit perfectly. So I have to do glute exercises to keep myself from having any niggles in that area. And so I started, and I went back to doing those rehab exercises, and I started to see an improvement, not just in my body, but in me as a person. I started to feel better. I started to eat better. That brings me to the nutrition side of it. I was eating intuitively. I ate when I was hungry, and I stopped when I was full. Also, that's one of the things that helped me lose the baby weight that just would not go. It just wouldn't go for the longest time, because I wasn't eating well. And I went from this to this. The two things that changed for me in my mind, because obviously the transformation, the physical transformation, is always nice to see. You're healthy and you feel good, and that's important. But there was a mental change that had to happen to me that was twofold. The one thing was that you're not going to be perfect at anything, going to the gym or being a mom, and that is okay, because everybody makes mistakes. I'm not saying be negligent, always be intentional, but if you don't get it right, don't beat yourself up about it. And the second thing is fitness has a new face, y'all. Before, I used to think, you know what, people who are breaking world records, it's athletes, you know, it's bodybuilders, those people over there, they are the fit people. But that has changed for me. It changed for me the minute I walked into that step class. Fitness has a new face. You are the face of fitness. Fit looks different on different people. That's me. Yes, buddy. This weather just changed so hectically. So yeah, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like my channel, consider subscribing, and if you want to chat, just leave comments below. I love reading you guys' comments. Has's vlog will be coming out soon. He's a bit busy at the moment, but he plans on putting something out really soon. He's a bit of a perfectionist like me, which is weird for middleborns, because we're both middleborns. I'm rambling. I like chatting to you guys, man. Please, man. That's rain. I think we finished this video in time. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. I appreciate you. I heart your faces. And see you next time. Bye. Excuse me?
Look at Zane's friend.
What are you saying, my boy?
Zane's friend.
Do you think that's a good word?
Yeah.
Where did you hear it?
I heard it from Zane.
You must tell Zane that is not a good word.
So how do I tell him?
You just say, Zane, that word that you said, it's not a good word. It hurts people's hearts. Can you tell mommy? Can you tell mommy what I just told you? What are you going to tell Zane? You tell Zane, Zane, that is a
Bad word.
it makes people
They'll
feel
feel bad.
yes.